Hi, kids. We are going to do everybody's favorite. We're going to derive some equations, but we're going to do it in such a way that we're going to derive equations using what we've been talking about, which is graphing. Okay? So I have a v versus t graph. It is a linear v versus t graph. In this case, it's going up. But just so you know, for our kinematics equations, this we do have to have lines on our v versus t graph. So first off, what does a line mean? Well, it means that the slope is staying constant. Well, what does the slope mean? Well, the slope is meters per second, rise over run. That means the acceleration is constant. So just let's jot this down because our kinematics equations that we are going to derive only work for constant acceleration. Okay, this would be like a ball rolling down a ramp. This would be, something like that. It would not be a ball going down a curve because the acceleration is going to be constantly different. Okay, but they only work for constant acceleration. If you guys take a look, so if I wanted you to describe the motion for this graph, so why don't you do that? You're going to pause the video. Yes, I said pause the video, and you're actually going to think, so go ahead, pause it. Yes. Did you pause it? All right, so let's think about this. My velocity is positive, okay? What does that mean? Well, I'm moving forward, and if you look, you see how my velocity is getting further and further from zero. That means that I am speeding up. So I'm moving forward, speeding up. Now, I want to make sure you understand this, like the equations that we're doing would also work if you had a graph like this. It would work if you had a graph like this underneath, if you had a graph like this, if you had a horizontal graph. All of that would work for these equations because that would be constant acceleration. Okay, I just happen to be picking speeding up, moving forward, but I could have picked speeding up, moving backwards. I could have been slowing down, going forward, anything like that. You just have to have constant acceleration. So since we've been just talking about acceleration, let's use that first. So let's find the slope of this graph. So let's pretend I'm going to go from some random point here to some random point here. This is going to be my initial velocity. College Board uses VO. This is going to be my final velocity. College Board uses V. And that, from here to here is the amount of time that it takes. Okay? So the first thing, this is supposed to be vertical. Let me do a little bit better job drawing that vertical. That looks a little bit better. Okay, so there you go. All right, so let's say the first thing I want to do is I want to find the slope. Well, how do we find the slope? Well, we do y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Okay, so what does the slope tell us? Well, the slope tells us our acceleration. We already determined that. Rise over run. You're not memorizing, you're thinking. This is meters per second. And then I would have v minus vo divided by the time that it takes. Okay, now we're going to do a little bit of algebra. A times t equals v minus vo. Now, this equation is going to be important. We're going to start that because we're going to kind of come back to that often. And then I'm going to do a little more algebra, and I end up with v equals vo plus at. And if you look on your equation sheet, go ahead, you can look on it. You will see that equation is right there on your equation sheet. It's one of the first three. Okay? All right, let's look at the next equation. So this time, since we already found the slope, this time we are going to try to find that area. Okay? Well, the area. If I'm going to find the area, I realize that's a trapezoid. I don't know the equation for a trapezoid, but the area is essentially base times height times something. So if I look, base is seconds, meters per second. If I take second times meters per second, my seconds go away, which means I end up with meters, which, what is that telling me? Oh yeah, that's my displacement. So I am going to be finding x, my displacement, and because I don't remember the equation for a trapezoid, I'm going to split it up like this, okay? Where I'm going to have this rectangle down here and this triangle up here. So the rectangle here, if I wanted to find the area of that rectangle, it would be base times height. So it would be VO times T, and then I would have to add this triangle. Does everybody see? It's just this. Well, I did this times this, okay? And then I have to do the triangle. Well, the triangle is 1/2, because 1/2 base times height. Well, the base is time, and then my height is from here to here. Well, how would I do that? That would be this minus this, so it would be V minus VO. So there, again, that's from the area. But if you look from up here, remember I had you star this equation? Do you see now why I had you star it? Because I'm going to take this and plug it in down there. And if you do that, you get x equals VOT plus 1/2 t times AT, or I get x equals VOT plus 1/2 AT squared. And if you look on your equation sheet, you will see this equation there. Now, College Board writes it a little different. They do x and xo because they call x position. We are calling x displacement. Okay, so it is the same. It's the same equation that you see on there, but we're just calling x displacement. And personally, I think this is a little bit easier anyway. Okay, so you have one equation, two equations. Yes, I know this is so much fun. All right, so let's do find the area a different way. So this time what we're going to do is we're going to find the area of this big blue rectangle. And if I want to find the area under the curve, remember when you're doing the area under the curve, it's always to the x-axis. But I would take this big one minus that one, and that would give me that same trapezoid. So if I was going to do that, well, if I'm trying to find the area is x. So I'm going to say x equals. And then the big rectangle would be v times t. And then I would have to subtract this rectangle, which would be 1/2 base times the height. And if you'll notice, hey, look, there's that thing again. It's a good thing I started. I could put that in there. And if I do that, I would get this. Oops, it should be a minus. 1/2 t times AT. And then if I do that, I would get this equation. And boom. Now you'll notice that equation's not on your formula sheet. But that's okay because you can still use it. It's just not on your formula sheet. It's easy to remember. This one is just, hey, rectangle plus the triangle. This is rectangle minus the triangle. All right, last one is going to be this. So let's say, hey, you know what? This was too complicated to split it up in rectangle and triangle, rectangle and triangle. So what we're going to do is I'm going to say, well, you know what? If I go halfway like this, well, this area and this area are exactly the same. So I could just find the area of this rectangle, and I would get the area of that trapezoid. So again, if I'm doing area, I'm doing x, and then, well, what is this value here going to be, this value? Well, that's halfway in between. Halfway in between would be v plus VO divided by 2, okay? I know I'm very good at math. So if I do this, I would get base times height, and then I would get this. Well, if I do some algebra, I get x over t equals VO, I'll just write it this way, plus V over 2. And hey, look, I got another equation. And you might go, well, wait a second, that equation's not on the equation sheet either. But that's because, what is this? X over t, that's average. That's average velocity. What is this? Oh yeah, that's average velocity. So the College Board expects you to know average velocity equals average velocity. Okay, so that equation's not there, but it should make sense. It should be easy. And by all means, we're going to be using this one quite a lot, just like we'll use the rest of them. And then the last equation that is there, which is this equation, v squared equals VO squared plus 2ax. Now they do x minus xo because, again, they do position. We're going to do displacement. Okay. Now, the way to get this equation, I'm not going to show you this because I'm not a math teacher. But what you would do is, do you remember this equation up here? If I was to solve that for t, I would get this. Okay. I would have to take this mess and plug it into one of these other equations. So if you took this mess and plugged it into one of these other equations, and then you solve for stuff, you could, plug it in here, you could plug it in, there, but you'd have to do that and then do some algebra, and that would come out. All right, there you have it. So there are your 5 kinematics equations that you will be using from now on. Just remember, they only work if you have constant acceleration. Buckets!